where the stories are told. Warrior hearts beating brave and bold. Small town pride in the air we breathe. The spirit of the game will never leave. Forever and always go Warriors, we shout. With fans in the stands, there's never a doubt. Game day Saturdays where memories ignite. Under the lights we fight the good fight.
Welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast, folks. Well, as you can see, I'm on the IR, guys. I had a fight with a stove in my truck, and stove won. Well, temporarily won, Troy. It didn't win the war. It won the battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think doctrine's in order for me to see if what I tore, because I did hear tearing, which was a lot of
You heard it.
I heard it, yeah. Yeah, so, and it's just one of those where you get to be my age and it's like, that was dumb. Why'd you try to do that?
Because you can, because you have dad strength and you've done it before. And
yeah.
Why in the world would you not do it this time?
Not getting younger.
How do you know if you're not? How do you know if you're done? If something doesn't tell you?
Figured it out. It didn't take long, and like I said, when you hear tearing noise coming from your bicep, I guess that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I rub some butter on it and ice it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, butter solves a lot of
it. Does. I mean, it's delicious. Salted or unsalted, I wonder.
You should use salted butter if you're keeping it out like we do. Like we have a little butter dish that we use every day, and so the salt is
preservative,
kind of a preservative. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you keep it in the fridge. Good. And probably should cook with the unsalted. Yeah.
So we're coming off a bye week. I guess we don't need to talk about that. We always have to talk about something kind of stupid. Yeah. So coming off the bye week, we're getting guys rested up. We found out at the coaches show that the QB1 is coming back to take snaps. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty excited about that. The guys that stepped up and did their absolute best, Again, we took guys out of the defensive backfield and said, you're a quarterback now. We took guys from wide receiver room and said, you're a quarterback now, and all those other things, tried everything that we could. And hey, they battled, man. I mean, they really did. They did a good job. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a quarterback problem. We've had a quarterback problem since the first game when Chris Walter went out. He's played, I think, a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half this year. And, we like you said, we were scrambling. Everybody knew it. Obviously, the other teams knew it too, and offense has done the best they can. The line's been fighting and slogging it out, but it's just hard to get things moving, and it's a lot of pressure to put on guys that maybe weren't quite, ready for that one spot. But that doesn't mean that we didn't give. I mean, we gave it all. I mean, we scored points eventually, and so.
Well, and when you look at what we faced, our first 7 games, we kind of faced the meat of the conference. Those. Not to say that Dakota Wesleyan and Doane and Briarcliff aren't good football teams. They obviously are, but at the same time, you're playing against these. You're playing against the best of our conference. Yeah. In the first half of the season, or the first 2/3.
Yeah, you get Morningside and Dort, and you get Northwestern out of the way. It turned out that Concordia was again really good, and for that matter, Mount Marty really had a good showing.
And they're still playing well.
So it's a tough conference. We've said that. It is. It's just part of the script of talking about the GPAC,
absolutely.
But there's a lot of hope in that too, because we've seen some teams go from maybe top of the heap towards the middle, or for a while there it looked like Northwestern they were struggling, but then they turned around and they beat Morningside last weekend, and that put them back in the top 25 nationwide. So. That puts the pressure on Dort and Concordia again, because big time. Those were 2 programs that were 8-2 last year and didn't get a look at the playoffs. So I mean now, so everybody's in on that end of the spectrum. They're all in the hunt, and there's still games left to play, and some of those guys have got we've got another bye week coming up, so after this game with Dak West, we've got another week off, and then, of course, other teams will still be playing. So things are still going to be shaken out in the conference.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. I think Dort's really in the catbird seat right now. I haven't looked at their remaining schedule, to be honest. But, like Hastings, Hastings beat Northwestern.
Yeah.
And then Northwestern beats Morningside. And, it's just there's a lot of things up in the air.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, we should probably introduce our guest, I suppose.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so number 29, folks, Chianti Carter.
There it is.
Man from California, the Monterey area. What's the name of the town specifically?
Pacific Grove, California.
Pacific Grove. Beautiful out there.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Peaceful Grove. That's what that means.
That's what it is.
Pacific means peaceful.
And that it seems like it's one of the most perfect places to live.
It's very. We have a high age range. Most people over there live to the age of 100, so we have some good air quality too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that just because it's like something they teach you in school, or is it because just from driving on the roads you're dealing with 90-year-olds driving Cadillacs down the road?
That's exactly it. No, it's it's very privileged over there, as they'd say. It's the life. California is something different.
Yeah.
It's very nice to live over there.
Yeah.
Well, and the weather is about perfect, is it not?
Always.
Like your average, okay, so we're in October. What's the weather like back home, your highs and lows?
Right now, last time I talked to my mom, she said they were looking at 74.
Okay.
So it was 74 degrees right now. So
And how cold does it get at night? Like 55, 60?
probably say 65.
Gosh.
So go outside with tank top, walking the dog.
Man, that's ideal weather. But what's the downside? Is there like mosquitoes at least?
Yeah, you have your handful of bugs, but there's not really a downside. You have, besides the deers are overly populated over there.
Yeah.
Just because there's less mountain lions and whatnot due to the infrastructure increase and whatnot.
Sure.
We got a solution for that around here. Of course, we love to hunt deer, and even if you don't hunt deer, you can just take them out with your vehicle. That probably happens quite a bit, huh?
Definitely can. And
Yeah.
Just drive straight. Don't swerve. You can
No.
see
There you
drive
go.
straight.
Don't veer for deer.
No,
Yeah,
Your insurance company
Deer for
doesn't
deer.
like that.
Well, that's the lesson.
Well, yeah, I think the Iowa State Patrol tells us that.
Is that what
There's a PSA out there that says don't veer for deer.
All
And it's a
right.
good idea because there's some people that get hurt really, really bad in car accidents because they decide to take the ditch at 60 miles an hour rather than just hit Bambi.
Yeah.
Hit them.
Yeah, I usually do that. In fact, I've done it a few times. The last time was a total loss for us, and you're just going down the interstate at the proper speed limit or thereabouts, and it's dark, and that's, of course, you're always scanning the road, and I feel like I'm pretty good at scanning the road, but, sometimes your number just comes up and you win the lottery.
With the dips.
And that guy, that one jumped into the road, so it's like they're airborne. Like they're not going anywhere, and you're not able to make an adjustment at that time. So my only adjustment is, I was like, here we go. And then boom, and then there goes the airbags, and you're just like, whatever. So
That's a scary one right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So from high school in Pacific Grove, then you went to Monterey Peninsula College. JUCO?
Yes, sir.
Is that is that just as beautiful too? Everything?
That JUCO that I went to, I'd say is probably like a D1 JUCO. Now we're in a new conference and we're beating almost every single team. So my coach Palmer, that was Arizona graduate for the Wildcats. He's now back there playing or being the linebacker coach. He established just getting 1% better every single day, and then from there on, he just kept building and building and building, and now they're a winning program.
Yeah, and so talk to us a little bit about your journey from beautiful California home. To Iowa. How'd that happen?
Oh yeah, I got my AA in psychology from Monterey Peninsula, and then decided it was time to reach out and get on Twitter and just start texting people and messaging coaches and just reaching myself out there and putting myself out there on the chopping block and just seeing where we're at. And at first I had a couple offers. I had one from Kansas Westland, I had one from Midland. What was it? Simpson in California. They came and visited us, and so did Midland too as well. So we had a couple options, but I decided to stick with Waldorf because I found that it was a good place for me to grow and develop, and it was just it's a place where you can come and just focus on football.
Right.
Like there's no outside anything coming in and trying to hinder what you have in your process. You can just wake up, go to the gym, go to class, go to practice, go back home, sleep, eat. You have your food there on the campus, so you don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not much to complain about.
Which one of the coaches was hitting you up right away?
Coach Don. Coach
Coach Don.
Adil, yes, sir.
Well, and so, yeah, I mean, the Don, he's a California kid too, down
native, yes, sir.
the Los Angeles area, because you're situated just really south of San Jose, the Bay Area, stuff like that, but you're kind of far removed from a lot of the different stuff, other than, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there, because like Monterey is about 30,000 people, Pacific Grove is about 15,000 people, but there's a lot of communities there, and golf.
Yes, golf.
What's the big golf course out there?
Pebble Beach. You want to go to Pebble Beach and go onto the range and shoot the 17. You want to go out there, and it's beautiful. My mom used to work at Sticks, so I got the privilege of going there and getting to play the tees and whatnot, and meeting Don Shula. And
oh wow,
that's
pretty cool.
I got very, very, very privileged in getting to know Don Shula before his death, and it was a very good experience and just something that carried on with me and pushed me into pursuing my football career.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice. So you, what's a typical, like when you're going to high school out there, and then obviously JUCO, what's like a Friday, Saturday night when you're not doing football? What do you guys go out and do?
I'm usually at the gym. Like my coach, my CrossFit coach, he has his own gym that I can go to whenever I want to, 24/7. So I'll bring my dog there. We'll play catch and whatnot. And while I'm working out and in between sets, we'll do that. And if I'm not there, I'm in the pool at my grandpa's house.
In the pool at my grandpa's house. Something you don't hear in Iowa very much, Troy.
Yep. No, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are grandpas that have pools, but I mean, they're only open a part of the year, not year round,
and they're called stock tanks.
Yeah,
and
then, stock tanks. Fishing's a big part of Pacific Grove. It started out as a fishing village.
It did.
And so, do you do a lot of fishing?
I do a little bit of fishing on the wharf. I did work on the boat. We had a little boat called the Ocean Warrior. So we used
appropriate.
To. Mm-hmm.
You're the Ocean Warrior.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. It's fitting. I mean, my elementary school was Forest Grove, and so it kind of fitting that I came to Forest City. So it was just a round circle thing.
Nice.
Yeah. No,
nice.
Ocean awesome. Warrior. I mean, it was destiny, if nothing else.
Yeah. No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's very, very awesome.
Looks like there was a lot of Chinese immigrants there.
Yes.
There's something.
With
they have the Walk of Remembrance in mid-May. Are you familiar with that?
They changed. We had a festival back in the day, and it was the Feast of Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
But then they changed it due to some certain type of people just not liking the cultural appropriation. So they kind of changed it into a different form of appreciation.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm a little bit Irish, so we don't have a problem with cultural appropriation. Everybody is Irish at least one day in March a year. And there's like, hey, why not go with it, right?
Yeah,
we're green.
Slanche, if you will. Yeah. I mean, my lineage is the English oppressors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's
You're welcome.
Great. I mean, just, come in 800 years ago and never left, I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But it's not about that. It's about California, central, the Pacific coast area there where you're at, and you came out here to Forest City. How do you like our beaches? Our beaches are pretty good. I mean, around here, have you seen them?
You had some good beaches.
Found them yet?
Some good lakes and whatnot. It's nice when it's sunny. It's nice when it's sunny, and it's really nice when it's cold. I fell in love with the winter and with the snow, and just going out there and getting a little bit of sun bleach in your eye, or a little bit of snow bleach, as you'd say.
Yeah.
It wakes you up, and it just gives you a different perspective on life and makes you tougher.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely makes you appreciate summer and the spring, and I love autumn. It's my favorite time of year. I love obviously football and the school and all of the stuff about autumn. I grew up on a farm, so for me that means that we're harvesting at the same time, and now that's all done around here anyway. I talked to Adam Helm, and sounds like they're done too, and my brother's done, and the farmers around me look like they're mostly done. So it's an early year for them, and I think that's good because it might be a early winter, and you're going to get some of that snow that you were hoping for.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what you need. You need that snow.
Yeah. So you say you like to spend a little bit of time outside and stuff like that, especially in the winter, which which is great because I do too. I like to be outside when it's cold.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the other things that you've been here a couple of years now? What are some of the other things that you're finding that you actually might enjoy about small town Iowa?
I'd say just going on walks and whatnot, and really just being in tune with what's going around with your environment. Like the squirrels out here are different. The birds out here are different. It's just it's an amazing environment, and you just can't really not stop and just look and appreciate what you have.
And it's funny because you talk to people that that come from California, New Jersey, who doesn't really matter, and they tend to appreciate not necessarily the really cold days, but they tend to appreciate the change of seasons and just the beauty of Iowa, because somebody that like Troy and I, we've lived here our entire lives, and it's just always looked the same.
Oh yeah.
But the sunsets and sunrises here in Iowa are just, beyond compare.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the things that I always try to not take for granted is, when in the wintertime go out to Pilot Knob and walk through the snow and hike on the trails out there, and it's just beautiful. Yeah. But then to see the sun setting and see the animals running around and stuff like that, to actually soak that in and understand that is a really beautiful thing, and not just take it for granted like there's another possum running around in front, and they're the only North American marsupial.
Yeah, that's a good story. The possums, I don't have anything to add. My grandpa actually do have something to add to that.
Oh, thank you. Good.
Yeah, my when I was a kid, when I was with my grandpa, and he there was this rustling around in the barn in this bag of cat food, and my grandpa was pretty sure that it was a possum. And so without checking, he just wailed on it with like a 2x4 and get rid of it, Possums are not always, they might be the only marsupial, but sometimes they're, kind of a pain in the butt. So So he killed it, and then he rolled up the bag, and then he wouldn't let me see, just in case it wasn't a possum.
Oh no!
Like
in case it was
cat.
a cat.
Yeah.
And it was a possum. So happy
That's
ending
good.
to the story, except for the possum in that situation.
Yeah.
No more stealing cat food. There's serious repercussions around here for that.
Oh yeah. Surprising.
Where do you go from that?
I don't know.
Let's
Killing
talk-
possums and
if we're killing possums, let's talk about the stats then. We got a linebacker sitting with us here, and
yes, we do.
so as a linebacker now, so far on the season now, Waldorf statistics are almost always inaccurate, but we're going to say that they've got 11 total tackles for you on the season so far. You've played all 6 games, 7 solos, 4 assists. You think you got more than that?
I'd say they're pretty accurate. It's not what I want, but it's what it is right there.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can really do about it besides playing harder and doing what you can and not making any mistakes on the field. And also in practice, I am getting back off of breaking my arm last season, the first game against Concordia. So I believe I'm just now getting back into my final full motion and gaining the trust back from my coaches and my teammates too as well.
Talked to Coach Ben Brummer at the Wednesday night, the coaches show, and he was saying, I thought this was great. Like the goal of the defensive line is to, fill that and to keep the linebackers free.
Gotcha.
Like his whole philosophy, or one of his philosophies, is that you got to keep your linebackers free to do whatever they need to do. And so do you feel like that's something that has been happening pretty good?
I feel like it's very, with Twan on in there and Keyshawn and Nico, they're they're just big bowling balls that are able to take up space, and it's
they are.
very, 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 very important that they take up that space, because without that, it gives it an easy line to the linebackers, and then it just opens up a free space for a one-on-one with the secondary. So as long as we keep that contained and do what we have to do, we'll be fine.
Now, I always like, I mean, I like blitzes and I like stunts. I like all that stuff. I like, putting pressure on the offense, on defense. And of course, you typically will use your linebackers to do that.
Yes,
but we don't always do that. Sometimes we play, are we playing zone sometimes? Are we, sometimes we're not, it feels like we're a little soft, but there's a reason for that. What is that?
The main point of this defense that we have is to make the offense throw the flats and then the deeps. And so with us doing that, we don't feel like the necessity to actually have to blitz, because our line puts on the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
This game, you'll probably see a little bit more of some intensity and some more of that smash mouth football that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Just because of the caliber of the team that we're playing and whatnot.
Well, and that's interesting too, because talking to Brummer again, and then afterwards talking to some of the other coaches, including Coach Clary, you're looking at a team that, and Chapa was saying this too, like they like to, 1, 2, 3 go. So like once they, snap that ball, that quarterback's they like to pass.
Yep.
And they like to do short passes, quick passes, so that right there in front of you, that's your spot. So if you've had 2 weeks to look forward to going up to Mitchell, South Dakota, how is that? How is that preparation for that part of the game? Because what is their quarterback's name? Is Jed something, like Jed loves to toss the ball. So
he does toss the ball.
Yeah. So how are we ready for that?
Since the first practice of our bye week, we've prepared and we've brought the energy every single practice. No matter if it's low or down, still we have someone bringing up the energy and trying to make it a high competition, high caliber status. That way we're reflecting the practice to the game and the game to practice. And so everything just acts like the same. So we just get out there and do what we need to do.
Yeah, and having Chris Walter back, he's obviously, I think last week at the beginning of the bye week, he was taking snaps, I think, in QB3, moved to 2, then this week now he's been back to 1. We kind of knew that was going to happen, but they also were moving the ball against you earlier in practice this week, that's a good test for best on best for you guys.
Yes, no. Even today we did a lot of best on best, and Chris was moving the ball. He was making Coach Clary lose his hair. You'd say. He was making Coach Clary yell at us because we were not doing the right thing, and we have to go back and watch film and actually do some notes and studying, because our offense or our defense wasn't ready for Chris, and I do not think this defense will be ready for it too as well.
Well, that's good to hear, because we're looking forward to, seeing our offense scored in the last game, and that was obviously a great moment. It was homecoming for us. Didn't win the game, but they did what they needed to do. Got out there and got into the end zone. I think that's good, and so now it's going to be kind of fun to see our offense back in the swing of things, and everybody, from what I understand, is healthy. So we've got a lot of upperclassmen leadership on the line and in the backfield for offense. So it's going to be fun to see how that they. On the other hand, they're a young team. What we're playing. So how does that how does that play into effect on playing against? I think their line is pretty young, freshmen, sophomores, or at least sophomores maybe, and then they've got freshmen right behind them, so not real deep. So what are the considerations going into the game this week with that?
You give me chills talking about our offense, because I'm excited for offense to actually go out there and compete, because we have the pieces and the tools. We just need to put it all together now.
Yeah.
But for the defensive side, we're gonna come out there and we're gonna be hitting. I mean, these last two weeks of practice have not looked like any other week of practice that we've had. We've been actually hitting, and it's just a whole different type of feeling that we have going into this game, and we're ready for that air raid, and we're ready for the screens.
Yeah.
And we're ready to force them to run the ball.
Good. And I'm glad you mentioned that because, obviously I didn't go to, I had work meetings the first bye week, but the second I've been out there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And when you say we're all healthy, not all of us.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that what you're talking about is that there's a lot more popping going on out there. There's a lot more intensity. There's a lot more energy. There's a lot more up. And it's just really good competition. Nobody's getting chippy, but it's been really fun to watch. And I agree that there's just something about the last couple of weeks that's just felt different.
Yeah.
And the coaches are excited. You guys are excited. I look forward to seeing what's going to happen on Saturday for sure.
Yeah. So I got to know. So Chianti, that's a wine. That's an Italian wine.
Yes, sir.
So are you in? How'd you get that name?
Well, my father is very biblical, so
Okay.
Chianti is the blood of Jesus.
Okay.
My middle name is Elias, so the son of Christ,
Nice.
and then my last name Carter.
Yeah, Carter.
Yeah, so it's
And that is I think that's in Ezekiel, where they talk about Sergeant Carter. And I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Close
very
to it.
good. Nice. All right, so you've got a very religious father. So tell me a little bit more about him.
no, he's a great man. He was a butcher, and then he decided he wanted to change his life and his goals, and so he went into international business and
Okay.
went off to Paris for a couple months and whatnot, and then came back and got his master's, and so now he's just looking for some work.
Yeah.
And my mom, she was a server for Pebble Beach, like I mentioned, but she decided that she wanted more in life, so now she's pursuing a career in nursing.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Very good.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Hey, never stop learning, never stop moving.
No, absolutely not.
Never. You're never too old.
That's good. And obviously, one of the things, Kenny, I always really appreciate about you is your intensity all the time. You're you bring fire to everything that you do, and I love watching you play because there's no halfway.
Yeah.
Absolutely no halfway with you, and that's one of the things that I've always. I don't sit there necessarily. I don't have favorites, but there are some players like Chianti that I love to watch when he's out on the field. And they got you on the edge, so that's kind of fun.
Yes, sir.
Now did I see they were moving you up on the line of scrimmage?
You will see
A
me.
little bit.
You'll see me in a couple of different positions this week.
Really?
We're trying out a couple of different things just because of the personnel that we have for the offensive line that we're going against.
Yeah.
We believe we'll be able to beat them with some more speed than we can power.
Yeah.
But I do supply the power too as well. I
Yeah.
do have a couple records in high school for squatting. So
There you go.
Really?
yeah.
Nice.
So, and you said that on your time off, you like to work out and stuff like that. So were you into powerlifting and stuff in high school or just?
High school, I started out powerlifting. Yes. My coach Todd Buller, he was just he was your old school football guy, your rah, hoorah, just very like you watch any movie and you have a coach that just tries and gets the effort out of you and the 100% effort out of you. That's the man. And he first taught me how to squat, and then from there just flourished from there. And then 525, and then 555, and then so on.
Yeah. You probably should have had him help.
I should have had him today.
with your situation with your stove you were loading.
Yeah, it's for the cabin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should have.
If you needed help, that's all you need.
And I've heard that tons today. Like, why didn't you ask me? It's like, well, because it was over South Woden at my sister and brother-in-law's place, and I just figured, what is it, 150 maybe pounds?
I don't know.
Just lean it up against the tailgate and pick it up, and I had a bad angle. Reached down with my left hand and started pulling, and I heard that. I stopped. I dropped it.
Oh man.
Yeah, just dumb stuff like that.
How'd you get in the truck then?
My brother-in-law came out of the
Okay.
house, and I was just going to try to do him a solid and be like, hey, look, I got it in
Yeah.
there already. But then I'm walking around holding my arm up, and he's like, what'd you do? I said, I might have tore my bicep. I'm really not sure. I think maybe, I don't think I tore my bicep. It didn't pop.
Yeah.
But there was a tearing sound.
Wow.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Oh yeah,
You know
probably.
what? Pretty far from the heart. Well,
Yeah.
couple feet.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah. You know what? Doesn't take me out. I got stuff to do. We got to travel on Saturday.
That's right. Yeah. And we are traveling. We're going out to Mitchell, South Dakota. That's the home of the original and the only, I think, the world's only Corn Palace, whatever.
Well, there was one in Sioux City. Don't you remember?
Well, yeah, but they have it on their website that they are the only one, and they must ignore. Now they probably they burned down the other one. I think is what we decided that they did. Guys. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I think, but yeah. So we're gonna go out there, and I mean, we're leaving a little bit earlier on Saturday, just so that we can. We don't really tailgate when we travel, just because we got to travel back, So try to be responsible in that regard. So we're gonna drop by and check out the Corn Palace, see what they got going on over there. Play some games of cornhole or whatever they do.
They'd have to, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I would think so.
So I've told you the story about like my daughter and son-in-law. They took about 4 months out of their life. They took a cargo trailer, turned it into a home. The two of them and their dogs. They had all their internet that they needed. They went out west and they were living out in Montana and Idaho and just some of those beautiful areas. Just beautiful places like that. But they said, all right, we're driving on I-90 through South Dakota. What do we need to stop and see? I said, well, you don't go to South Dakota and not see Wall Drug and the Corn Palace.
Yeah.
And I had a scathing text from her after they went to the Corn Palace and said, I don't think I've ever wasted so much time in my life. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out. We're going to go. They say the average time that people spend there is less than 2 hours. So I'm going to guess that we'll time it just right and see what we need to see.
45 minutes in and out.
Yeah, in and out and get on the road. We're not going to go all the way to Wall Drug, or certainly not all the way to Mount Rushmore, Badlands, and any of that stuff. But yeah, that's about it out there in South Dakota. As you stay on 90 and you get all your tourists,
So, Chianti, when you came out to Iowa, do you drive or you fly?
I drove.
Mm-hmm. Really? So you take I-90 across? Or
I flew to Chicago and then got to Des Moines and then drove from Des Moines to Forest City. So I did drive or fly and drive.
Well, planes.
So have you driven all the way back to? No,
not yet.
Are you gonna?
I'm this next following semester. I do plan to drive back with one of our quarterbacks. So maybe, but we'll see.
That'd be an interesting trip.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because like when Coach Bardis got hired, he was out in Washington, Oregon area, and he loaded up that, I don't know what year it is, that Cherokee that he drives.
Yeah.
Yeah. And boom, got all the way out here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had a heater.
No.
It didn't?
No, I don't think so. That thing is that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's old. It's
it's a beater, but she runs.
Boxy. She's a hoopty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but beautiful. Yeah, because you talked to Coach Bardis last night, didn't you, Troy?
Yeah, I did. I talked to him. Obviously, I had both the line coaches on, and on Wednesday's show, I talked to Coach Bardis, and I had forgotten that he actually was a rugby guy.
Yes.
That was that in college he played rugby, and they were very good. 9-0, I think, his final season that he played, and nationally rated and all kinds of good stuff there. So, but he's been on the O-line as far as a coach goes for several years. It's not just a recent assignment. He's got some expertise, and he's an analyst for us too. So he does a lot of the reviewing of the film and the breakdowns and the prep work, and working ahead a week or two in advance, and just kind of focusing on what the team needs for the intel, because at the end of the day, football is just a battle between two armies every Saturday, and we got to see, who comes out on top. So the good intel helps. And I imagine you guys have been watching quite a bit of film the last couple of weeks.
A lot of film. No, we've been watching. I feel like you can never watch too much film. As long as the more you see it, then you get on the field and you actually can see it. It's a different feeling, and it's a different form of confidence that you have.
Do you ever see something where like you can, and he talks about it, Bardis talked about it too, like they're going to look for key indicators, they're going to look for tells and that type of thing for particular players. Mm-hmm. And you ever get on a field and you're looking for a particular player, a certain jersey number to do a certain thing that was from the angle of wherever the camera was, seemed to appear when certain things happened, and then discover that, that's not actually what is happening, or like it's telling you something else. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, we're humans. We don't do everything the same all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're not robotic, so just depending on what you see on the film, you can kind of get a good grasp of what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But not every single play is going to be what you have on the film. Like the coaches know that you're watching film, and hopefully you are watching the film so that you're ready for that. But as long as you watch the film and understand what you're doing and watch your position and watch the opponent across from you that you're going against, and watch how his feet are set up, if the whites of his fingertips are red or are they white, looking at his eyes, his hip placement, where he is on the line. Also got to watch out for number 3 too as well.
Yeah, number 3 for sure. Yeah. Well, I wonder if there's ever been a time. I'm sure that this reminds me of this is what I imagine D3 is actually, where they're like, listen, Billy, you got to tell. Everybody knows they know what you're gonna do. It's like, hey, coach, how do they know? It's like every time that you get up to the line, you point where you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Exactly.
So imagine. I guess the point is that the other team knows what tells are as well. They're looking for the same tells on us as we're looking for them. And obviously, if their coaches are seeing something of their own, the guys are like, can you not make it so obvious? Like you're telegraphing what's going to happen.
Indeed.
You ever hear that?
No, I've heard that on the blitzes. A lot of the blitzes. That's why we just stay back more or less on the blitzes. And then surprisingly go. But we've been trying to shock more or less. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. We don't want to give anything away too. We got some good plans, it sounds like, for this Saturday, and
trying to keep some secrets.
They are let's see, what did I say? They're 2 oh my gosh.
2-5?
2-5. Is that right? They beat Doane, and their other win was against South Dakota.
No, Dakota State.
Dakota State, yeah.
Our
Dakota
old
State.
nemesis.
Yeah. So that was their first game of the season. So they won that one.
17-14.
But they did put up points on Morningside and some of these other they put up points on some of these other teams. So obviously they know how to move the ball, and we're going to see that on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of those. I was looking at the box score of the Morningside game, and they got they had a 42-yard strike. I don't know what the wind was. I didn't look at the weather or anything like that, but they did. And a team like that, they're going to take shots. They're going to take a lot of shots. We talked about the wind on Saturday is going to be blowing straight across the field, 20-some to 30-some miles an hour. That's going to hopefully make their anything deep a little bit more errant. But even one of the things Chapa was talking about during the coaches show is that they run a lot of screens. They're gonna take that back straight out and boom, just get him the ball right away. Like they talked about. It's gonna be pretty quick. Those considered passes, but then it's those yards after the catch. And that can give us fits, especially if you have really disciplined receivers out there that are getting on their blocks. And I'm sure you guys are addressing that.
No, yeah, we've done a lot of block shed drills during the week, and especially last week we worked on block shed, and then this week more or less man drill. But we're ready for the screen, ready for the contain. That contain is where I'm supposed to be at, so
right.
That is my job, and
turn them inside, man.
Yes, I will be doing that to the fullest of my capability, 100%, as I say.
And their job is to do everything against you, so that that they're trying to get you out of position, so that if they're trying to take it to the corner. If you're in the way, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that you stay out of the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They throw a lot of double teams too over there, and for the screens, and also expecting some screening goes too, just because they like to air it out too as well. That run game is very non-consistent though. It's not there.
Yeah, they average 1.8 yards a carry.
Yeah, not real heavy on the run game. The leading rusher in the last game, which was 2 weeks ago for them, 16 yards, I think is what his. I mean, so that was the leading rusher, and that wasn't the quarterback either. But he'll take off and go too if he doesn't see what he's looking for. So it sounds like the defensive plan is put pressure on him, make him have to take his first option away, and then see what happens. Let our line do their thing, and then of course you guys in the secondary have the opportunity to stop them. The number one thing that I think I've seen this season, I guess that if I had to, what is frustrating about one side of the ball or the other, and on defense, it's like we want to make sure that when we get those tackles, when we get that first person there, that we not let go. Like we've missed a lot of tackles, and I'm sure coach has told, hey, give you some some thoughts about that, and all that other stuff too. But we just want to make sure that you're there, get them, and don't let them get out, and get away from you. So, have you heard that a little bit in the last couple of weeks? Or
we have been missing a lot of tackles, and we're during during this bye week and this week as well. We changed how we tackle and whatnot. We changed our approach and how we tackle. So I feel like that new approach is going to reflect and it's going to translate, and we're going to be punching at the ball too.
That's great. So we're seeing a lot of – so we got new things coming to us on Saturday. So tomorrow, when we head out there to South Dakota and watch the game, and whether you're in there in person or just watching it online, which you can do on the GPAC network, you're going to see it's going to feel like a new quarterback because we haven't seen him since the first game. You're going to see some different tackling. We're going to see some different positions even on our secondary in the defense. There's a lot of options that we're going not necessarily the option, but like a lot of things that we've got available to us now. It's nice to have nearly everybody back. I know George isn't back yet. I don't know if he'll be back this season. Sounds like he might be done, which is, that's too bad, and that's what happens. But, for the most part, it sounds like we're very, very healthy and ready to get back into it. And it sounds like the team is also pretty fired up.
Yes, sir. We're all meshing together very well, and it's actually feeling like a team now. Everyone's listening. Everyone's getting back onto the page, and they're not buying in. They're in.
Yeah.
There's no, as the coach says, there's no buying in. You're here. You have to do what you got to do in order to succeed, and that's what we want. And that's what we've been trying to harp on: is success and success and success. And although the losses are on the paper, what you see is not what you have with our team. We're very disciplined, and we're very well coached, and we're building right now.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I can tell you that I think that's true. You guys have been showing a lot of discipline. I mean, you can just count the penalties for one thing, and we're usually the last 4 games less than the other opponents that we've been playing, and we're still getting after it. We never stop. Go all the way to the whistle. Never stop the whole game. Everybody's getting after it and doing their thing. It's their homecoming.
Yes.
So there's not a rule in college about when you need to have your homecoming, but this is a fairly late in the season homecoming, and so I feel like, look, I think the brass tacks, and you probably are aware of this, I don't know if you talk about it on the team or whatever, but they look at Waldorf as a team that they can beat. They want to have you for homecoming because they want to show off to their alum or whatever, and I just think that this is the time, this is the game we get to go ruin somebody's homecoming.
Yeah, no, this is our second year in the GPAC, and we will actually be able to show what we have, what we're capable of, and what Coach Chapa has put together as a head coach.
Yeah,
we're ready for this opportunity and this challenge, and I can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like Coach was saying, so Chapa after the interview on Wednesday night, of course he played for Doane, and they are also the Tigers, but they're orange, like a tiger's supposed to be, and they would say that the Tigers, it's the Blue Tigers of the Dakota Wesleyan Blue Tigers, and I guess that's more of a thing for Doane than it was, obviously for us. We just want to go play football and get a win and knock them down a little bit. But Doane hated the fact that they were also the Tigers, and they're like, no such thing as a Blue Tiger.
That was awesome.
So I don't know if there's any smack talk in there that you can do from across the line, but that might be a good place to start.
Oh yeah, no, Blue Tigers is where it's at. No, it's the fact that have no rushing touchdowns. It just very, like, what are you gonna do after that?
Yeah.
After we shut down the pass, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're in an RPO, and then the quarterback tries to run. He's not a running quarterback, so we're just gonna shut down every single option they have.
Good. That's the plan, and it sounds like a good one.
Can't wait.
Transfer off a little bit from football now. We're looking forward to the game in Mitchell, and I'm looking forward to that. First of all, it's only like 3.5 hours.
Yes.
Between 3.5 to 4 hours, depending on who's driving.
And there's construction.
Yeah.
In South Dakota.
Good Lord.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, regardless, we'll be out there in time to swing through the Corn Palace and then get to this game. But I want to know a little bit. I guess we didn't talk. We talked about your mom and dad. What about your siblings? You got siblings? You got anybody?
Nope, I'm only child.
You're the only
it.
child.
Wow.
I do have a half brother, but
All right.
he was with his mother and I was with my family, so
Okay.
we do keep in contact. He's a veterinarian assistant in San Diego right now.
Nice.
So he just bought me.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Yes, very good.
Does your family ever get a chance to come out and watch you play, or do they pretty much stream? That's a trip.
It's a trip, and due to my mom dealing with her nursing stuff and my dad now starting his schooling stuff, it's hard to get out here, and they show their support from afar.
Of course.
I mean, I don't really need anyone out here for me because I have the new connections that I made. I have you. I have the teachers that I have out there. I can play for everyone that I have, and I don't really need any other motivators outside of myself. Sure. I'm more intrinsically motivated than motivated from outside.
Only child.
Yes.
I mean.
Yeah. Well, you got to be. I mean.
Yeah. So you got your associates in psychology. What are you studying here at Waldorf?
I'm getting my bachelor's in psychology now.
Nice.
And then this will be my graduating year, and then I'll plan on pursuing my master's in human health development or maybe business. I'm unsure right now.
Yeah.
So we'll just be figuring that out.
All right, good.
Now I have to ask: I can't remember. My wife was watching it, and she wanted to know. So, are you the flopper, like the one, or who is that? The one that is that you?
No, it's number 30.
That's 30. Okay.
Number 30.
Yeah, thanks, man. I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't know if it's Chianti. I don't think that.
No, you're one number higher. One number higher. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zeke Brooks.
There you go.
Yeah, Zeke's great, dude.
Zeke, yeah. Well, I think from what I understand, the Choppa told him to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of getting in an altercation one way or the other, he just said if something like that's happening, it's just like, make it big, and so I think so now it's like I was like, good Lord. And I think actually
It works.
the last time it did work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The penalties are where it's at. You need to create some penalties in order to have some type of stride against the other team, and if you can do whatever you can to create that penalty, you do it.
Yeah, but that's not you. You're
No,
yeah. Well, you're using psychology in your own way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm reading the quarterback and determining what he's doing and off of what he's doing in his steps, and trying to just look at the little twitches and the little things. The little things are the most important.
One of my favorite moments of the Morningside game was when the officials got frustrated with County because they weren't blowing the whistle.
Lord have mercy.
And he plays to the whistle. And when they weren't blowing the whistle, they were just, all right, we're done. And nobody blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Play to the whistle, and the officials didn't appreciate that very much.
No, yeah. It's hard to deal with that too, because you don't know what to do. Your officiating is not doing their job, and you don't want to criticize them, because that's what you're coached to do and you're told to do, and you're not supposed to go against authority. But it's hard because that's playing with the safety of the other players and the individuals. You don't blow the whistle, someone's knees getting taken out, because we don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
The whistle tells you when to stop. So it's very important to have that aspect, no matter the score.
Yeah, I think that was a good correction for them to hear, though, too, because they do have to. I mean, that's got to use. Look, you don't have a lot of equipment that you got. You got the cool shirt and the funny pants, and then you got your matching shoes and the hat. Depending on what job you're doing, and then you got a whistle, buddy. I mean, and your flag, of course.
Flag.
Can't forget the flag and the marker.
Flag, the marker. Then they all talk to each other on their little walkie-talkie systems.
They got little walkie-talkies.
Yeah, they're out there. They're talking back and forth and stuff, so they don't have to meet. Now, obviously, if they have to discuss a call, they'll all get together and say, so what do you guys think? We hit Chili's on the way home? Or
I tell you what, I'm not going to turn this into a complaining about, but I mean, some of the games that I've been to this season, both in high school and at Waldorf and, on the road or at home or whatever, I mean, there's just some conferencing that is just taking forever. Like, I don't know if they're not using Robert's Rules of Order or what's going on. They don't, but it just seems like it's taken a really long time to make a fairly, I don't want to say easy decision, but I don't know what. I mean, I could see if there's 2 flags for 2 different things, or whatever. But it seems like there's a lot of conferencing going on.
Yeah. I don't think I mind that very much, just for the fact that I want them to get it right. And
get it right, I guess. But
right, but at the same time, I'll never. I'll have my own little things with the officials, but the reality is that I wouldn't want to do it.
No, and I really don't think like we've had I don't think we've had a game where you go, oh my gosh, the referees were terrible. I've seen some vast differences in quality in high school games that I was in this season. But as far as like, I would say GPAC in general does a pretty good job with their officiating crews. Yes. Now, I think we've got the best sticks crew out there because from what I've seen, whether it's either, just some kids or whatever, but our guys are pros when it comes to
well, they're great. They got business cards.
Yeah, plus the water boys too.
And the water boys.
That's right. And the ball boys.
What about our environment at home? This is not your first rodeo. It's a couple of years here with Waller, both of them in the GPAC. We have a good following. We still got 2 home games following this in our bye. And it's fun to see people come out and support the team and the enthusiasm. Yeah. And I think that's shocking to a lot of our opponents where they're just like, what's going on here? These guys haven't won. Why are you here? And it's like, dude, because this is the university. Like, this is our university. It's the only university, I think, with 90 miles. Oh. I think Mankato's the next one, and then, well, I guess if you go 90 miles, then you're at Iowa State. So maybe let's say 60 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And, that I still remember last year, Coach Ryan from Morningside, when he was meeting with Chop Out at center field and Coach Ryan's class act. And, of course, our tailgate was pretty full. And he's like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah.
And, of course, we hadn't won a game. And I think it was our last game of the year against Morningside. And it was kind of like, well, this is what we do here. If you found that oh, thank you.
Taking your water bottle out of the shot.
Yeah,
but
I appreciate that.
There.
That's all right. Yeah.
Just noticed.
This episode brought to you by Hydro Flask.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah. So is that one of the, I guess from a player's perspective, what do you think about just the community support and, the things like the Warrior Walk and stuff like that? Is that?
I don't know whose job it was to do that, but they did an amazing job. I'm just jealous that I couldn't get any barbecue after the games because all the food trucks are gone.
Oh, yeah.
All the food trucks. And when we win, now I guarantee it, they will probably stay. And I just can't wait to see the whole rest of the tailgate that's going to happen behind the field and whatnot after we win. And it's going to be something different.
Yeah, weather does play obviously a role in it too. We're going to be, our last 2 games are going to be, at the end of the season, but the weather's been holding out pretty good, and people around here are pretty hardy. They know what to expect that time of year, so it's just kind of fun to look. They bring the campers out, they get the food going. The Gridiron Club's got food. I was talking to Adam Helm on Wednesday night, and just about our meals that we're gonna be. I don't know if we're gonna. It's easy to cater. We want to make sure it's good food and get it out there. And we did have the rib crib that one time, and then pizza the last couple of times.
The rib crib was amazing. Yeah.
So we want that experience to be big time for the players, no matter what's going on.
Talk to the pork producers and see if we can't get Iowa chops.
Yeah. Well,
that'd be great, but that's a lot of work for somebody. You're in the box, I'm on the field.
Yeah.
I only have one hand.
Adam's done though now, right? So that's right. Adam,
Done. He's not done. He's a farmer. Never done.
He's got to start plowing, I suppose. Whatever.
Got to get that ground turned
Make money
over.
somehow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I tell you what, I'm excited about this game tomorrow. I'm excited for this opportunity. I'm excited to have people back. I think that the fans are excited. It sounds like the team is fired up. The coaches are pretty enthusiastic, and they're always eternally optimistic about what we can do, and we all know that we can do that. This streak must come to an end, and will it be in Mitchell, South Dakota? I sure hope so. And because it just is, you guys have worked so hard, and it's time to get it done. That's just going to be such a relief to have that end of that streak. And I hope it's tomorrow. I hope it's in Mitchell, and then we've got that just fires you up for the next 2 games and a nice bye week to get ready for those last 2 games. It's going to be great things, but one game at a time, one. And that's what's going to happen. And so, hope it's a comfortable ride. You guys taking off Saturday morning.
7:00.
Yeah, 7:00.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. That'll get you out there by 11.
Yep.
Game time's 2:00, so it's a little bit later than a lot of the times, but it's their homecoming game, so they set it for 2.
You guys will stop for lunch somewhere at a park, probably. Generally, I think that's what you guys do. Is that get a little bit of food, but you don't want it too close to game time, and not to continue to beat a dead horse about my infirmment, but I got to be honest. Within the first 10 seconds of feeling that and listening to that tear, all I could think of is that if I have to go to the doctor and they tell me that I can't go on Saturday, that was my first thought was that if I can't go to the game on Saturday, I'm going to be heartbroken. I've already made the decision I'm going.
Yeah.
I mean, one arm or not, unless again I should go to the doctor, but maybe not. But the reality is that I want to be there. I don't want to miss anything.
No, you have
I love being around you guys. I love being around the coaches. I love being around the team, this program. And I don't want to miss anything, good or bad, and it's just, love it.
No, we love having you guys, and especially having you on the field. You provide a different aspect to the field. It's you can joke around with you, but then you can also be serious, and then you also can you tape and you do everything. You help with jerseys, you help with helmets, you help. I mean, you're everything, man.
It's like I'm the director of player personnel,
Sort of like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
well,
something
that's
like
the title they gave
your
me,
title,
County.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm on the website and everything.
Yeah,
It's a
know.
big deal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kinda
I
like
still
your
don't know
job.
what that means because, like, I was watching I don't know if it was the SEC.
Yeah,
thing.
regular directors.
And, like,
do
there
not-
was a dude, like, he was like, hey, hey, I think we got this recruit. He's really close. I think we're gonna get him and stuff like that. And then they flash his name, and it was like director of player personnel. Like, I can start getting on an offering.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I retire, maybe that'll be my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you'll never retire.
I'm gonna retire. Trust me, absolutely.
You have to.
Oh yeah, then I can do Waldorf football. Like all day, every day, and just get everything done. So the coaches, my whole goal with my role in the program is only to try to keep the coaches from having to do those menial things so that they can do nothing but continue to refine you young men into this machine that we're right there.
Yeah.
We are right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super excited for Saturday.
Good things are coming.
Yeah. So one of the things we like to do, we're getting close to our time, Kiani, and we always like to have our guests be able to have the last word. And that can be anything that you want it to be. You can talk to family, friends, fans, anybody that you want to. But we definitely wanted to make sure that the last words of wisdom, the last things that they hear are coming directly from the important person in the room, and that's you, man.
Okay. Put me on the spot.
Yes.
I'd say just wake up and make your bed every morning. And start the day out like that, right? You'll put yourself in a forward altitude and of success and growth. So just make your bed in the morning and you'll be fine. Just keep on pushing through.
Well, I get out of the bed first, and my wife makes the bed, but every day.
As long as it's made.
Every day. There's something about going to bed and,
Yeah, I make bed every day. Make sure that does. I mean, that's the deal.
well, you're retired.
Huh?
You're retired. You got the time.
Everybody's got time to make their bed.
True. Is that the Army in you? Is that one of those, like, you get where you bounce a quarter off it? No.
I mean, that's what it is. Everyone has the time, but they don't make the time.
Correct.
They're too lazy, or they just don't want to. It's not hard to make your bed. It's a fundamental thing. You see it, and you see trash on the ground, you pick it up. I mean, it's not hard.
Yes.
You just have some respect for the world around you and for yourself too as well.
Yeah. You're very
That's
introspective, philosophical dude, aren't you?
I am.
You look for the deeper meaning in everything.
I try, yeah.
And I've noticed that about you in my time around you. So what's is that just the way your parents have been with you?
I think it's my early upbringing, yes. My dad he's an aspiring psychology major, but I think he's kind of jealous of me because I'm a psychology major and he's not. So I've just grown up watching Criminal Minds, and then from there I learned about Marcus Aurelius, and then learned about Machiavelli, and then learned about all the other different kind of psychology things that I could do with it. And then from there, after I get my master's, I'm planning on making a business out of it in order for me to help other athletes like me and just help them pursue their career and without any mental withdrawal or holdback that they have.
Have you read The Prince by Machiavelli?
I've read a couple of them, or a couple little.
Yeah, I decided to read that one time. That's basically on how to rule.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if they don't love you, well, then they should fear you.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously there's more to that. But if you ever want to read it, I have it at home.
Well, I will make another recommendation then to add to your reading list. It's slightly on the lighter side of psychology, but I think it's incredibly powerful in how I interact ever since I read it in high school. And it's Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it is just a great short book, I mean, it's maybe this thick or whatever, and check it out. Dale Carnegie's long gone, but the rules are the same. People love the sound of their own voice, of their own name. So make sure you can say their name and communicate with them and smile when you talk to them, and just a variety of just simple things that I thought was great. And so I mean, it's not on the level of Machiavelli, but it's
No.
I'll take Dale Carnegie over into Machiavelli and the Prince.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to understand. I'm definitely.
Yeah, Machiavelli is tough to read. It's kind of like reading Sun Tzu, The Art of War, which I read that. That's another good book. Everybody should read that. I'm sure, Troy, you had to.
I had to. Yeah, that's part of that, and then of course all those other ones.
Laws of Power and whatnot.
What's his Clausewitz? The on war, but. I like saying people's names and shaking their hands and smile at them.
Robert Greene does some good work on that too as well.
Yeah,
he has a lot of books on everything about the world order and how everything works and how to manipulate whatnot.
We could have a whole nother episode if we kept going down this road, couldn't we?
Well, yeah, we should do at some point. What we could do, Andy, is we could do
summertime.
We could do a follow-up. We could do follow-up. We kind of did that. We did that kind of last episode, actually, just follow up to see with former players where they are. We did do that, actually. And it's kind of fun to come back after a couple of years, a few years, and say, where are they at? What are the guys doing? And so that was kind of fun to catch up. But then you can talk about, we talk about football on this program, but we also talk about life and a lot of other things. So, that might be interesting. Maybe that's a good summer series. Reach out.
And I talked to Chop about that. I said we need to come up with a summer series.
Yeah.
Kind of a where are they now? Get DQ. I mean, I communicate with him sporadically.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of dudes out there that have left our program that are out living their real life now, and that's a great idea.
Yeah, I see
text the show.
Text the show, folks. Let us know if you'd like to see that. We'd start probably doing that after spring ball. We try to get through some of our seniors and whatnot, I suppose, by the end of April and beginning of May when they start to roll out. And I guess so there you go. We'll have things. Do you stay for the summer?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yeah, I'll be staying for the summer in order to get better and get better and get better. And if you're not staying for the summer, you're definitely not starting. So
there you go. That's the words of wisdom we were looking for.
Yeah, heard that.
That's what we wanted to hear, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that's a good end of the episode. Chianti, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to come out here so that the listeners can get to know you a little bit better. They've seen you on the field, and now they're kind of getting to know the man, and that's what this thing's all about. So appreciate you being here, buddy.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
You bet. That's going to do it for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Thanks, folks, for taking time out of your day for watching and or listening. Well, for Troy Thompson, this is Andy Buffington, and forever and always, go Warriors.
Tailgate smoke rises under the sky. Laughter and cheers as the moments fly. Players suit up with fire in their veins. This is our home where passion remains. The podcast echoes the stories we share. The live show reminds us we're always there. The best small college where legends are born. A family united in a bond never torn. Forever and always, go Warriors, we shout. With fans in the stands, there's never a doubt. Game day Saturdays where memories ignite. Under the lights we fight the good fight.
You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club and be part of the best small college football experience in America. Just visit our website and pick your membership level at waldorfgridironclub.org. You can also click on the Support the Show link in the show notes to donate.